Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're opening up a reflection that feels, well, incredibly relatable. It's all about a shift in perspective,
Hmm.
specifically how we define and, how we practice gratitude.
Right. And for this, we're diving into some insights from Carrie Masadi. She's developed this really powerful
The
framework
framework for what exactly?
for appreciating the moments we usually just speed right past.
That's it. That's a great way to put it. We're going to be talking about insights from Carrie, who provides this kind of template for appreciating what she calls the in-between moments.
Yeah, it's a crucial pivot, isn't it? It moves away from celebrating only the huge milestones, the promotions, the big trips, all that.
The loud stuff.
The loud stuff. Her whole mission is to help us unpack what she terms quiet gratitude.
I just love that phrase, quiet gratitude. It feels so needed. It really addresses that modern pressure head on.
It does.
And Carrie is so open about her own starting point. I mean, she said she used to focus exclusively on the big, shiny, obvious
A
thing.
highlight reel.
Exactly. The wins, the accomplishments, the things you post to prove to everyone that you are absolutely crushing it.
And that's where we really have to start the analysis, right? That whole highlight reel mindset, it is just exhausting.
Literally.
Because it means gratitude has to be loud and, validated by other people. It's this endless chase for the next big thing just to feel thankful again.
So what's her counterpoint to all that?
Well, Carrie describes this core philosophical shift. Her experience of thankfulness became softer and quieter. It's a very intentional turn away from performance.
And what drove that? What was the motivation?
This is the real breakthrough, I think. She says she started craving peace more than perfection.
Wow. Just think about that as a choice for a second.
Exactly. Perfection needs constant upkeep, constant validation from the outside. Peace, on the other hand, allows for a messy reality.
Right.
And that craving, it forced her to slow down and start noticing these little micro moments that she, in her words, wouldn't have paused to appreciate before.
Because she was too busy running towards the next big, shiny thing.
Yep. Too busy chasing the loud successes.
I feel like everyone hits that wall eventually. And Carrie, she pinpoints that moment so beautifully. She says the shift happened somewhere between doing it all and holding it all together.
Oh, that space, that near exhaustion space.
Yes. That's where the whole value proposition just flips, isn't it? The pressure of perfection suddenly becomes way too heavy.
And just surviving is the win. From a psychological standpoint, this is really a coping mechanism against burnout.
How so?
Well, when the world is screaming at you to optimize everything, shifting your focus to quiet gratitude is a radical act of self-preservation. You're basically moving your success metrics from, say, your LinkedIn profile to your own internal state.
That's a powerful idea. And once she made that switch internally, the things she started listing as reasons for gratitude became so wonderfully specific.
So granular, and this is the part that makes it all so relatable because it's a direct contrast to those big achievements she used to chase.
It's like a rejection of that formal structure.
Totally. Carrie talks about being grateful for simple physical comforts.
Hmm.
The soft clothes, the stretchy pants, even the no-bra days.
It might sound trivial, but it's actually a huge statement.
It is. It means you've given yourself permission to choose comfort over the often, frankly, painful facade of looking perfectly polished all the time.
And it goes deeper than just clothes. It's about acknowledging what's happening inside.
Oh, absolutely. She's thankful for the emotional release, that deep exhale after you've been holding it all in.
That breath is a massive, invisible win.
It really is. And Carrie also mentions appreciating the friend who texts just because.
No agenda.
No agenda. It's just gratitude for a genuine, effortless flow of human connection, not some forced networking event.
You see this in the domestic sphere, too. She celebrates the imperfect dinner that still fed everyone.
Yes. That's a liberation from the pressure to cook some five-star, Instagram-worthy meal every single night.
The win is function, not form. If you fed yourself and your family, you won that day.
What's also fascinating is how Carrie brings the spiritual side into this quiet category. It shows that these internal efforts are really acts of setting boundaries for yourself.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, she talks about starting her mornings in God's Word instead of jumping straight into the to-do list. It's about setting an internal compass first.
So she's prioritizing the internal narrative over the external agenda.
Precisely. And she mentions the quiet prayers nobody hears but him. These are acts of gratitude that are completely hidden. They're fundamentally unperformative. The first act of her day becomes about receiving peace, not giving her energy away to emails and demands.
That changes the entire tone of the day.
It really
And
does.
this is where it connects back to that idea of quiet effort and dignity. Carrie has this line about the sparkle I wear even when my mood doesn't match.
I love that line.
Me too. It's not superficial at all. It's an acknowledgement of that quiet internal effort, the choice to show up for yourself, even when you feel like you're just barely functioning.
So when you really distill Carrie's conclusions, the rules for gratitude become so much more accessible.
And non-competitive.
Yes. She basically says it doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be earned through some great achievement. And this is the big one, it definitely doesn't need to look like anyone else's highlight reel.
In the end, what does she say it needs?
It just needs to be noticed.
Just noticed. The simple act of awareness. That's it.
That's the primary action, and this is such a crucial message of validation, especially for anyone who's going through a tough phase.
She has a quote about that, doesn't she?
She does, and it's profound. She says, if you're reading this and feel like you're barely holding it together, friend, that still counts.
That's just permission to be human. It
Huh.
pushes back so hard against that cultural obsession with flawless execution.
It does, but let me ask you this, to play devil's advocate for a moment. If we focus only on these quiet wins, do we risk losing the motivation to strive for bigger things?
That's a really good question. Is it about settling?
I don't think so. I think Carrie's message isn't about abandoning goals at all. It's about refueling the tank so you can actually pursue them.
Right.
She emphasizes that effort still matters, whether you're 25 or 65, thriving or surviving, building or rebuilding. She's saying your worth isn't tied to your current output.
So noticing the small moments of grace is what gives you the resilience to tackle the bigger things.
Exactly. Without succumbing to the pressure of perfection. It's not about giving up. It's about grounding down.
So if you're listening to this, the core lesson from Carrie is really to give yourself permission to slow down, to notice what is working right now in this messy middle, not just focusing on what's broken or what might be coming next.
And she suggests some practical ways to do that, using small rituals or tools that kind of act as self-care prompts.
The point isn't the specific thing you use, is it?
Not at all. The point is that these small, deliberate actions remind you that you're worth showing up for. They're just physical reminders to pause.
If this approach to self-acceptance and quiet strength intrigues you, you can definitely explore more of Carrie's work. Her website is thesparklelounge.com.
And to leave you with a final thought to carry forward, something that builds on what Carrie asks her readers.
Okay.
In the rush of this past week, what is one quiet win or moment of grace, that small sigh of relief, that simple comfort, that easy connection that you almost missed? Take a second to just name that one small thing, and then consider how simply noticing it right now might give you some unexpected momentum for whatever comes tomorrow.